Karl Rove is whining about the fact that maybe if you were part of a team of people who enabled some of Donald Trump's worst characteristics and traits, you shouldn't be able to use your experience within the Trump administration to get other high-paying jobs. That was something that was proposed by Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who tweeted, "Is anyone archiving these Trump sycophants for when they try to downplay or deny their complicity in the future? I foresee decent probability of many deleted tweets, writings, photos in the future." And there's like this, this sense that, hey, if you did enable Donald Trump, maybe you don't deserve a job within a government, a federal government that's led by a Democrat like Joe Biden. I don't think that's a far-fetched idea to have, but Karl Rove is very, very disturbed by this. Here's what he had to say.
Former Obama campaign spokesman is now promoting an apparent effort to blackball Trump administration staffers. Tweeting, quote, "Caitlin Collins, who works for CNN, just reported White House staff are starting to look for jobs. Employers considering them should know there are consequences for hiring anyone who helped Trump attack American values." Karl Rove joins us now, a former White House Deputy Chief of Staff and a Fox News contributor. Karl, what do you think about that? Good morning.
I think it's fascism. I think it is over the top. I think it's unacceptable in this country that political differences can be dealt with in such a way. Imagine what would happen if a Tea Party activist had said people who served in the Obama administration, there'll be consequences for hiring them. The media would be outraged. We ought to be outraged at this. This is un-American. As to this talk of let's find people who worked in the Trump administration and let's tell any potential employer there will be consequences for you if you hire them so they can have a salary to feed their family and to live a life after serving our country. This is reprehensible, and as Americans, we ought to all join and say, no, this is wrong. This is blacklisting. This is un-American.
Let me make one thing very clear. No one is proposing reaching out to potential employers and telling them that if they hire certain individuals, there'll be a price to pay. What? No one is saying that, no one has suggested that. But I do think that some people are gonna try to launder their image after the Trump administration. And as AOC perfectly pointed out, we shouldn't allow them to do that. They should be held accountable for what they enabled during the Trump era, period. That's the way that it should work.
Yeah, so there's three different issues here. First of all, what AOC originally pointed out was they're gonna try to pretend like it was no big deal and they didn't really agree with Donald Trump. You know it, I know, we've said it for the last 4 years. And our point is don't let him get away with it. So is she right? She's 1,000,000,000% right. So what are we supposed to pretend? Kellyanne Conway didn't work for Donald Trump and didn't help his fascist government? No, Karl Rove talking about fascism, oh man, they break irony on a daily basis, right? You work for war criminals, Karl, so spare me the lecture about how the left wing is fascist. It's absurd. No, all we're saying is understand who these people are. So don't hide. Now, all these people, when they were working for Trump, they were very proud. Oh, Trump, and they love to bully people and they love to push people around. Now they're like, oh, please don't tell anybody I worked for Trump. No deal. No deal at all. No, we will tell people you work for Trump. Now, secondly, does that mean that they shouldn't ever be hired by anyone? No, but should they be hired by Joe Biden or any Democratic administration? Hell no. Why would you hire a Trump lackey, crony,
bootlicker,
idiot, fascist right winger? Why would any Democrat in their right mind ever do that? So the answer to that is hell no. So if these Trump people come around and go, oh, well, we should be hired by the government. No deal, no interest. Clean up, go home, all right? Go work for Bolsonaro or the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia or some other fascist dictator that like the one you were trying to work for. And then in terms of the blacklist, like, hey, a third layer of this, an actual blacklist where you say, all right, no one should ever hire them. Let us note that that is exactly what the Democratic Party did to progressives. Literally, very literally. So they said if any progressive organization or company works with a primary challenger to an incumbent Democrat, they will be blacklisted forever and never get a job in this town again. And did Washington freak out? Did Fox News flip out? Did CNN flip out? Because Jake Tapper's flipping out too. He's like, oh no, my Republican friends, don't do this to them. Hey Jake, did you do that when they blacklisted literally? And it wasn't like, hey, a tweet that's misinterpreted. It was an official policy of the Democratic Party. Did you flip out? No, because you don't have any friends in the cocktail circuit that are progressives. And they're outside of power, so you like to kick down, whether you're Karl Rove or Jake Tapper, you don't care, right? But Republicans do have power. So all of Washington is aflutter over this alleged blacklist. Oh my God, what will we do? Where will we get our millions of dollars? Oh, we're all brokenhearted over it. I mean, guys, remember, right now, they're in the middle of denying that Joe Biden won the election. They're trying, with zero evidence, trying to steal an election, end democracy, and destroy America. And we're supposed to have sympathy about their career prospects going forward. But to the people inside the club, it doesn't matter which team you were on. The only thing that matters is you're inside the club and you will always be protected. People outside the club with no power will always kick you when you're down and never help you. That's who Karl Rove is, and by the way, also who Jake Tapper is.
Let's also note for the record that Donald Trump has threatened lower level staffers within the administration with firing them if they send their resumes out. So if they're looking for another job and they're not properly loyal to Donald Trump, he will fire them. Anyone who doesn't go along with everything that Donald Trump believes or wants gets fired from his administration, but that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah. And it's such a great point. These are the guys crying crocodile tears over people not getting jobs. If a scientist said something that was true, Donald Trump would fire them on the spot if it didn't match his propaganda. He just fired the defense secretary because he wouldn't use the military in an illegal fashion against United States citizens inside the country. And he fired him because he hurt his feelings. And we're supposed to catch feelings on behalf of Trump loyalist cronies? Hell to the no. Okay, but keep crying, Karl. Keep crying, rest of mainstream media. You guys have no credibility at all. Not one of you spoke out against an actual blacklist in Washington. Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.